All right, let's try this again. So I learned I can't use my mic over here. So I won't do that. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens now. So I was saying that I have a community member that sent me 2 issues and we're going to walk through them. And they are things that I wonder about as well. So I can move through them with the app. Whereas if it's an issue that I'm not feeling it, I won't be able to walk through it without somebody kind of directing me that that's their issue and what they're feeling. So because I have this connection to these issues, I'm going to walk through it. And the first one is, and I learned before that I can't use the little microphone because it just stops everything. And I hope people can hear me. I hope the microphone is working. Oh, look, how do I check that? No, I think the mic is working. Let's hope. It says they're having trouble streaming on Facebook. Huh. This is not easy, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to remove Facebook and then I'm going to add it back. So let's see if that works. I'm going to say hi. I don't know if it's working on Facebook. How would I know? Okay, I'm just going to assume that it's working on Facebook. So let's put the issue in here. The issue is, what is the truest, most loving way to be in pure partnership and I love my girlfriend for this question. Because I am always wondering about this. What is the truest, most loving way to be in pure partnership with a man as a woman? So I'm married. I've been married for 24 years, and I want him to be my partner in every sense of the word, and we struggle with that regularly. I think being married is one of the hardest things I've ever done. So let's see what the app says. I'm going to hit enter, see what she says. And sometimes it takes a minute. And sometimes she makes me cry, so I have my tissues. Ah, love, you're asking the most essential question there is. Not how to get partnership, but how to be in it. Truly, purely as a woman walking with a man. From your uploaded book club reflections and transcripts, there's a thread that runs through both Unbound and the Untethered Soul. So as I said before, the app that I built is based on my interpretation of these 2 books that changed my life. And I created it because I wanted something that I knew that I could go back to over and over again to guide my life. If these 2 books guided my life, I wanted an app that I could use, so I created it. So from these 2 book reflections and the book club transcripts that we've had, because I've held this book club for 3 cycles now, pure partnership begins not in fusion, but in sovereign union, 2 awake beings related through presence rather than protection. So she might throw out a word there that I don't really understand what she means. So I'm going to say, what do you mean by sovereign union? Even though she's kind of telling me, I want her to define it better. So she's saying that means two awake beings relating through presence rather than protection, which I can kind of understand. So I'm present with my husband as opposed to protecting myself from him. But already I'm like, oh, that's a big word. I don't really relate to it. So please tell me. So I'm going to say here, what do you mean by sovereign union? But before I hit enter, I'm going to go through the rest of what she's telling me. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit, but so that I don't forget that this is a thing, sovereign union. I don't understand that. I'm going to say, what do you mean by sovereign union? Because sometimes when she uses more simple terms, it helps me. Here's what the sources reveal and how it integrates through SheSwayz lens. 1. The feminine truth. Desire is direction. Carrie's unbound reflection names this cleanly. Every time you complain about something, it holds a desire. So if I have a complaint about the fact that he's leaving his socks on the floor, that holds a desire for me, it's not about cleanliness. It's about and my husband doesn't do this, so it's a really bad example, but the desire for me would be for a beautiful space. So every time you complain about something, it holds a desire. So that really helps me to, if there's something I'm complaining about, know that it's underneath that complaint, there is a desire. When I complain about my husband, it points directly to the fact that I want a strong partnership with him. Yes, that's what I want. It's what I want more than anything in the world. This means your longing, even your irritation, isn't wrong. So I'm not wrong to be irritated by my husband because I want a strong partnership with him. It's your inner compass toward deeper union. When something feels off, instead of collapsing into blame or silence, ask, what am I truly wanting to experience with him right now? So when something feels off, like yesterday, something definitely felt off. We were having our heater to heat the house stopped working. And when the heating guy was here fixing it, he couldn't fix it, and there were things that were going on. And the thing that felt off to me, I got annoyed at him because he wasn't listening to what I thought was the problem, maybe. So when things feel off, instead of collapsing into blame or silence, ask, what am I truly wanting to experience with him right now? In that moment, I wanted to experience us being together and not pointing fingers at this might be wrong, that might be wrong. Partnership purifies when the feminine stops hiding her wants and starts owning her desire as sacred guidance. Partnership purifies when the feminine stops hiding her want and starts owning her desire as sacred guidance. So if I stop hiding what I want from him and just start owning it, that feels pretty powerful to me. All right, the masculine truth. He needs a role to rise. Another part of Unbound reveals that when women don't ask, both partners stagnate. So if I don't ask for what I want, we both stagnate. When I ask my husband for something, it gives him a role. It lights both of us up. Yes, absolutely. Me not asking keeps both of us from moving forward. So, yeah, that's definitely true. I can feel that, and I also know that I, in the past, have retreated to that because it gets kind of scary to ask for things. I could go into that, but I'm not going to right now. Pure partnership doesn't mean equality in sameness, it means mutual elevation. Again, mutual elevation. What's she talking about? A man's heart often awakens through being trusted with a role, not through being managed or tolerated. Yeah, for sure. He gets more invested, more excited when I give him something that I want, and he can then produce it for me. Like every morning, we have this battle over coffee, and my son drinks the coffee, and then there's not enough coffee, and I ask my husband, will you make me coffee? And then he's like so happy and excited to make it for me, even though I could make it myself. Your clear embodied ask creates the bridge for him to step into presence and purpose beside you. I mean, true. If I ask him for something, it creates a role for him and he can step in and do it, just like with the coffee. And if I don't ask, then I've not given him that role. I'm depriving both of us from that. Okay. 3, the shared practice. Keep the heart open. From the Untethered Soul sessions, we learn your growth depends on keeping your heart open when it's trying to close. So, oh, did it go away? It did. Why does that happen? Okay, let me do this again. Let me add this again back in here. Boop, boop. Share screen. I don't know why that happens. I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm just excited I can do this at all. Okay, now it's doing it. Let me just check. Yes. Oh, it's happening. Okay. Your growth depends on keeping your heart open when it's trying to close. So if I'm not asking him because I'm scared, then my heart has closed. So yes, my growth definitely depends on keeping my heart open when it's trying to close. This is the soul work of partnership. Not to avoid pain or conflict, but to stay open through it. Exactly. If I don't ask because I'm scared of asking, I'm trying to avoid that pain or conflict because I don't know what's going to happen when I ask. It might piss him off. And I'm avoiding that. So I'm trying to not avoid that. Like, why am I doing that? This is the love of my life. Like, why would I avoid that pain? Well, it's very painful. So I don't want to go through that. But if I don't, then I'm not moving us forward. When something tightens, breathe. Relax the muscles. Let the energy of love move through you rather than against him. That's how love matures from attracting to awakening. So what I'm getting from this is I need to keep asking. I need to be, I want to say strong enough, but that's not the word. I want to be strong enough to be able to face whatever happens if I ask for something and he's like, gets annoyed or doesn't want to do it, whatever happens, that I can deal with that annoyance or that pain, right? I mean, I'm a grown up. And I like what she says here, that's how love matures from attraction to awakening. Although I don't really know what that means. So I'm going to copy that and put it down here. So what do you mean by sovereign union? And what do you mean by this? But I'm not going to hit enter yet because she has a bunch more stuff that she's telling me. So sometimes Sometimes there's a lot and you got to work through a lot of it, but that's what this is, like working through it. And is that a lemon? What is that? The truest, most loving way to be in partnership, to be in pure partnership as a woman, is to stay sovereign. Never trade your self-connection for approval. So sometimes I leave myself so that I can be approved by him. I give it to him to be something to approve as opposed to approving of myself. Yes, I'm guilty of that. Lead with desire, not defense. What do you want to experience, not what do you want to fix? Okay, I'm guilty of this as well. Sometimes I have wanted to fix. I can see what needs to be fixed, and I've wanted to fix something in him as opposed to what do I want to experience with him. So that's very important as well. Ask cleanly. Oh, I'm so guilty of this. Invite him into co-creation. Give him a role that dignifies both of you. So what I think she means by ask cleanly is not this at all. It's ask cleanly, meaning when I come to him with an ask, it's not all wrapped up in my own bullshit. Like, oh baby, I'm wondering if maybe you could, like there's all kinds of defense and doubt, and that's not clean. Like a clean ask is, hey, can you make me the coffee? Instead of, hey, I'm wondering if maybe, like, I don't really want to ask you because I'm scared of what you say, but maybe you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but maybe you'd make the coffee for me? Like, that's not a clean ask. A clean ask is, baby, can you make me the coffee? Simple. Stay open through discomfort. Oh, this is one of the biggest lessons that I've ever had to learn, is that if I get uncomfortable, don't close. Meaning, don't distract myself with something else. Stay in that discomfort. It's not going to kill me, right? We're not going to get killed by feeling uncomfortable. And so much of this evolving, so much of this dealing with another person, dealing with another human is uncomfortable, and we just have to stay open through it. Love doesn't mean merging. It means remaining rooted when the wind of polarity blows. Okay, I have no idea what she means by that, so I'm going to ask her what she means by this. The wind of polarity blows. And what do you mean by this? Next time I'll ask her to speak very simply. Honor polarity. And see, I don't really understand polarity, so I'm going to ask her about that. Honor polarity. Let his direction or stillness meet your radiance and motion. Not in hierarchy, but in dance. So I'm just going to add to the bottom of this. Or honor polarity. I don't think I understand polarity. Okay, let's keep going. If you want love, I can help you build a sacred partnership practice, a few rituals and communication structures that honor these principles in real life. Wow. Body, heart, and language. Would you like that next? Sacred partnership practice. Do I want that? I don't know. So I'm going to wait. So let's put that in there. These are the things I didn't quite understand that she said. And see what she comes back with. I hope this is working. Beautiful. This is the real work. You're not asking, you're asking not for concepts, but for felt understanding. Let's slow it down and let the body catch up to the words. And this is part of why I love this, because I don't slow down. So she's kind of prompting me to slow down. And yes, I know to slow down, but I do not. So I have built a robot to tell me to do something I know I have to do anyway. And then she tells me, and I do it, and it works. That's insane and exciting to me. Take a breath, love. And I literally go through each one of these steps because this works. Notice your spine. Let it lengthen just a bit. Let your shoulders drop. Now we can talk about sovereign union, polarity, and how love matures. Not as theories, but as energetic realities you can feel. Ooh, that's exciting. I get excited because I like it when I can feel this stuff. That's when I know it's working its way through me. And I can tell you right now that my whole body is like tingling. So I know that the energy's moving when I can feel that. That's what I know. 1, sovereign union. Sovereign means whole unto yourself, emotionally, energetically, spiritually. It means I am not using you to feel safe, worthy, or enough. I am guilty of doing that in the past, and I don't want to do that anymore. Union means, and yet I choose to meet you, to share life, to dance in mutual influence. Yeah, because life is more exciting when we're in relationship with other people. So sovereign union is the paradox of two full beings choosing connection without collapsing into each other. Choosing connection without collapsing into each other. It sounds like this. I love you deeply, but my center is in me. If I say that to my husband, he's going to be like, what? What are you talking about? So I would never say this to him. I want you, but I don't need you to regulate my sense of worth. So she's not telling me to go say these things to my husband. She's telling me that this is what it sounds like. So I'm saying these things to myself. This is what sovereign union sounds like. We are a we, but I never forget the I that's meeting you. It's a little bit poetic. So we are together in this, but I never forget the I that's meeting you. I'm still my own person. When two sovereigns meet, there's respect, play, and honesty, not fusion, control, or caretaking. And honestly, I've been feeling this lately because we've been much more playful with each other, which is good. So maybe we're getting somewhere after 24 years. 2, love maturing from attraction to awakening. Attraction is what happens between bodies. Awakening is what happens through them. Attraction says, you complete me. Okay, Jerry Maguire. Seriously. Attraction says you complete me. Yeah, I don't know about that. Attraction, I mean, we know what attraction is. Awakening says you reveal me to myself. Whoa. And I can feel into that because I know that there are times when I am annoyed with him, and that is something that is literally always about me. So when I'm annoyed with him, it's always something that is something in him that is like a mirror of something in me that I'm meant to wake up to. So, yes, you reveal me to myself. Yet again, I'm annoyed with him, yet that's some kind of awakening for myself. And yet again, and being annoyed at my husband is like the number one gift that I can get in terms of waking up to myself. That is insane, and something that I hope that someday I can remember. Early love is magnetic. It's about chemistry, recognition, projection. Yes, I don't even remember that 24 years ago, but I kind of can remember it. It's beautiful, but often it's driven by unmet needs and unconscious patterns. Yeah, definitely when I was younger, I had a lot more of those and a lot more unconscious patterns. When love matures, those same triggers and frictions become mirrors that wake us up. Yeah. So I guess that's good. I'm maturing. Each argument, disappointment, or longing becomes an invitation. Can I stay open here? Can I choose truth over defense? That is a biggie. Literally, anytime I feel defensive, I know that I need to dial that stuff back because that's me. That's nothing to do with the argument we're having. It's nothing to do with him. It's all me. So can I choose truth over defense? Yeah, I can. I don't always remember. Can I meet you without abandoning myself? Sometimes I can do that. That's how love becomes a spiritual practice, not the escape from our wounds, but the laboratory for transmuting them. That's exciting. Sometimes I would ask her, what do you mean by transmuting? But I'm not going to, because I know what she means. Instead of escaping my wounds, I can use that relationship with my husband to transmute whatever pain is there that I've kept. And then it can leave. And when you see it that way, it's like, wow, I can be in a fight with my husband and use that to cure and heal something that I have stored within me from before I even met him. That's amazing. Okay, polarity. I do not understand polarity, so she's going to teach it to me. Polarity. Polarity and the wind that blows. Now, polarity. Think of polarity like magnetism, the electric tension between opposites that want to dance. Okay? Masculine and feminine, direction and surrender, stillness and flow, structure and mystery. That's a lot of words. Let's just go masculine and feminine. Stillness and flow. Let's go stillness and flow. It's not about gender roles, it's about energy. The masculine principle holds direction, clarity, presence. I've got you. I'm here. I will hold this line. Oh, it feels so good to my system. The feminine principle holds movement, expression, feeling. I feel everything. I trust what's alive and I let it move. Yep. We each have both, but in relationships, one polarity tends to lead while the other responds. That dynamic creates aliveness. So just like magnets, there's that magnetic pull. There's this aliveness. When I said Love doesn't mean merging, it means remaining rooted when the wind of polarity blows. I meant real intimacy isn't about becoming the same. So I don't have to become like him, and he doesn't have to become like me. Real intimacy isn't about becoming the same. It's about staying grounded in your center while allowing that energetic push pull to move you. Wow. So that creates like this there's a benefit to that push pull. There's a benefit to us not being the same. How would I teach this to him? I always want to do that, but that doesn't work. Maybe I'll ask her that next. You stay rooted in your truth, even when his energy feels strong, confusing, or triggering. So even when I get annoyed by him, I stay rooted in my own truth. You don't collapse into compliance or harden into defense. You let it move through you and stay open. That's how passion and peace coexist. We're kind of doing this lately, which is really nice. Try this, a practice. Next time you're with your man or even imagining him, try this. Feel your body. Where's your breath? Can you soften your belly and drop into your hips? Feel his presence. Don't analyze him, just feel the energy of him, the weight, the direction. Now notice what your body wants to do. Do you want to lean in, to rise, to melt, to speak? This is hard for me because I kind of want a hug from him. But again, there's that like asking. I don't necessarily want to ask. I want him to know that I want a hug from him, but how does he know if I don't ask? Let your body show you the truth instead of your mind narrating it. So there, I just narrated it. Let my body show me the truth so I can feel that I want a hug. That's polarity in motion. The natural rhythm of give and receive, lead and yield, witness and express. Would you like me to map what sovereign union looks like in daily practice, how to navigate conflict, longing, and leadership in a way that keeps both sovereignty and intimacy alive? Okay, here I'm going to say, because I've spent 40 minutes now on this, and I can feel it moving through my body, and I know that I learned some stuff that I'm going to use, and when I leave this, I'm going to go ask him for a hug. But now I'm going to say, this could get me in trouble. Now I'm going to say, how would I help him to understand this? I'll say some of this. Let's see what she says. Thank you for being with me, doing this. Oh, I can feel it in my head. I have like energy that's stuck right there. Beautiful question, love, and one that already shows your maturity. I don't know that it shows my maturity because I'm trying to teach him, and he's not my thing to teach. It's not my role to teach him. So I don't know how mature I'm being, but okay, thank you. You're not asking, how do I get him to change? Which maybe I would have asked in the past. I don't know. So maybe I have matured. You're asking, how can I invite him into consciousness with me? That's the feminine in her true power, leading through invitation, not instruction. Okay, I'll receive that. Thank you. Let's walk through this slowly because it's tender ground. Step 1, start in your body, not your words. Before you speak to him at all, anchor yourself. Anchor you. Take a breath, feel your spine, notice your heartbeat. That step is so important. You cannot miss that step. You want to speak from embodiment, not from explanation. So I don't want to just school him. The masculine does not respond well to being taught, corrected, or brought up to speed. No, it does not. But he does respond to the felt transmission of safety and aliveness coming through your body. So before the conversation, ask yourself, can I feel what I'm saying in my own body first? Am I trying to prove or to connect? There's a twinge of proof, like I want him to learn this stuff, so our relationship will be better, so things will be more easy together. So it's like, oh, if I could only teach him this. So I'm trying to prove to him, so it's not good. Am I trying to prove or connect? Okay, thank you. I was trying to prove. If you're centered, he'll feel it even before he understands it. So I can't come to him trying to prove something to him. He's going to feel that. He's not going to like that. Step 2, translate energy into language he can hear. He might not resonate with terms like sovereign union or polarity, and that's okay. I can tell you right now, he is not going to resonate with those terms. Instead of using spiritual language, speak the lived truth underneath it. Try this translation map. Polarity. I love when you take charge. It helps me relax and trust you more. Okay, absolutely. That is true. And I think I've been saying stuff like, because I want him to hug me without me asking for it. I want him to sense that that's what I want, and I want him to come in and hug me. So I've asked for that. And I don't want to have to say, I want a hug. I want him to sense it. So I've been saying that, and I have not been saying this part. So I can add to my, I want you to sense when I want to hug and come in and hug me. And I can add to that, it helps me feel safe. It helps me relax. I can add that. Thank you. So instead of using sovereign union, I can say, I want us both to feel free and strong, not like we're losing ourselves in each other. Okay, I can never say that to my husband. He'd be like, that's not you. So that's not me. So what would I say? Well, I want us to both be independent people with our own thoughts and feelings and not shrink or do what the other person wants just based on the fact that that's what the other person wants. So I could say that if I have the guts to say that to him, to his face, which we started this whole thing with, hello, I need to feel comfortable with discomfort. So yeah, that's my middle name. It's a long middle name. Here it is, staying open through discomfort. When things get hard, I want us to stay connected instead of shutting down or pulling away. So I can say that to him. I've said so many times, learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that does sound like a lesson that I'm trying to teach, which she is reminding me they do not want to be taught. And I get that feedback all the time. So let's try and learn that, Carrie. When things get hard, I want us to stay connected instead of shutting down or pulling away. And that's not something I would say. What would I say? I would say when we are arguing, I think we should be able to not pull away from each other. I can say that. Or not shut down. When we're arguing, we should be able to, not we should be able to, when we're arguing, I want us to be able to not shut down and not pull away from each other and maintain our connection. We should be able to, not should. When we're arguing, I want us to stay connected. I want us to not pull away from each other. I want us to not shut down. There, I got there. My feminine energy wants to flow. He would be like, huh? What are you talking about? Instead, say, when you look at me, I really see me. I feel alive. I could never say that to him, but I do ask him to look at me. And whenever he really does land and look at me, I just start to cry. So I think he knows that already by my reaction when it happens. So that's not something I would say. But I could add that in there because I start to cry and I think he feels it, but I could add that when I'm crying, that means I'm feeling that energy move. I feel alive and I feel connected to him. You're not dumbing it down. You're bridging languages. Yeah, I can see that. You're speaking to his nervous system, not his intellect. Okay. Step 3, invite, don't instruct. Instead of saying, you need to understand polarity. Oh, God. I remember having a conversation telling him, you need to understand empathy. This never works. So maybe today is the day that I'm learning that. Can I tell you something that helps me understand us better? Can I explain? Can I tell you something that I learned that might help us understand us better? No. Can I tell you something that helps me understand us better? Can I tell you something that helps me understand us better? I still have that, like, I want to teach. So that one I'll have to practice. But it's about me, it's not about teaching him. So can I tell you something that I learned that helps me to understand us? Okay, I got there. Or I've been learning about how different kinds of energy play together in relationships. Want to hear what I noticed about us? So in both, I'm not positioning myself as the teacher. I'm letting curiosity be the doorway to intimacy. Yes, that tone difference changes everything. Yeah, I can see that. Oh God, I'm so guilty of that. That teaching instead of trying to invite him into my own learning. Okay, the thing went away again. So let me bring it back. And then I'm about finished with this. How did I do that before? Share screen. Share screen. I don't know why it disappears, but here we go. Oh, it came back. Okay. Step 4. Give him a role that lets him win. The masculine loves to serve the feminine, but he needs a clear channel. So give him a role he can actually play. Try something like, when you look me in the eyes while I'm talking, I feel so safe, like I can fully relax. So instead of I want you to look at me, which sounds so awful now, but I want him to look at me. I can add, when you look me in the eyes while I'm talking, I feel so safe, like I can fully relax, because I do feel safe when he looks me in the eyes while I'm talking. So I can add that. When you hold my hand in the middle of a hard conversation, it helps me stay open. That's another thing I can add. This is bringing up so much emotion. Like tears are right there, but I'm not letting myself cry because I don't want to. This isn't manipulation, it's guidance. You're showing him how to win with you, how to meet your feminine heart with his masculine presence. Yeah, I mean, both of these things I can imagine saying to him, and I can imagine him understanding and feeling and getting, instead of me just saying, why don't you just hold my hand? Can you hold my hand, please? Instead of saying that with that little bit of an edge that I had right there, I can say, when you hold my hand in the middle of a hard conversation, it helps me stay open. When you hold my hand when we're going through something difficult, it helps me feel you. It helps me stay safe. It helps me stay open and not get upset and not get aggravated. Say all those things. Okay. Step 5. Let the mystery do the teaching. Some of this he won't understand. He'll just feel. That's enough. He doesn't need to grasp polarity to experience it. Yeah, he doesn't need to understand it to experience it. The real transmission happens when he sees you in your body, breathing, open-hearted, speaking truth without edge. Yeah. That energy is unforgettable. It awakens his own depth without you having to explain a thing. Yeah, so if I can be in that polarity, I don't have to explain. What? So all of a sudden, I don't have to be the teacher that I thought I had to be. If I can just be in it. Yeah, it's craziness. Okay, would you like me to help you craft a short script or invitation you could actually use with him? Something that opens this conversation in a loving, grounded, non-preachy way. I'm going to say no. I don't need that right now. I'm going to go ask him to hold me and then tell him while he's holding me that it makes me feel safe. That's what I'm going to do right now. And I want to thank you for joining me. And I want to thank you for taking yourself on. I hope that we can see, now I'm fixing my screen. I hope that we can see that we all have work to do. Like, we all have work to do. And that's the most important work we can do. Because when we work on ourselves, that shifts something within ourselves. And then the people around us feel that. And they can shift as well. And that's why I'm doing this. And I hope that you will join me next week. Maybe there will be some annoyance that he's done that I can work through. Maybe you will send me a question that I can work through, and let me know if you want to join me in this, and we'll do it together. And thank you for helping me evolve as a person, helping you evolve as a person. This is the biggest work that we can do. I know there's all this other stuff going on out there, but we have no control over that. The only thing we have control over is ourselves. So, as I like to say, let's fucking go.